Hi everybody, thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to give you 5 tried and tested ways to get more people to your door, whether you are a visitor attraction, an event or a festival. And what's more important is I'm going to tell you how to shake off something that's probably holding you back, that's really shackling your marketing, and that is the just because it's here, they will come mentality. We're going to get rid of that and we're going to focus on new strategies that are going to bring more people to your door, believe me. Now, let's take an honest look at what you're probably doing. And this is probably very much rooted in having a visitor leaflet that's sitting in a leaflet rack somewhere, and also posts that you're putting on social media, believing that that's the way that people are going to come to your door. Well, believe me, that isn't how they're going to come to your door. You need to be looking at new strategies and focusing your attention in different ways that are actually going to have an impact this year. And why is this so important this year? Because, this year is one in which in the UK, money's really tight. Families are really struggling. They can decide where to spend their money and they do not have to spend it with you. So how are you going to make sure that they come to your door and continue to fuel your visitor numbers in 2025 and beyond? Well, let's focus on the strategies. Actually, let's rewind a little bit, because before we do that, let's focus on what the visitor is thinking. And how do I know what the visitor is thinking? Well, because for the past 6 years, I've been commissioning independent consumer research as a travel PR and tourism PR specialist, so I can understand what the consumer wants to get from my clients and the people that I help with their marketing. So I'm going to share some of these thoughts with you today. And these thoughts are a little worrying and a little damning if you are a visitor attraction, because our research shows that there is a massive proportion of people out there who do not understand what it is that the visitor attractions that are on their doorstep do, let alone the ones that are further afield. It also shows that very many people have not visited a visitor attraction in the past 5 years. So it's a hard thing to try and pull these people back into your orbit and back into the world where they go, where they spend their Sunday at a visitor attraction, where they take their family out for the day. You've really got to work hard to make that happen. And we know for a fact that they're not using leaflets and social media in order to plan their visits, because they tell us. And we also know that they truly believe that you need to be communicating much harder if you are a visitor attraction. You need to be providing a much better narrative, a much better interpretation as to what you do, but also explaining the core reasons why somebody should head out and spend their money with you, and what makes you different from everybody else out there in terms of delivering satisfaction to the prospective visitor. So all these things are a little worrying, aren't they? But do not worry, because you can turn it around. And that's the purpose of this video today, because I'm going to give you the 5 strategies that are going to make a real huge difference if you are not currently deploying these in your visitor attraction marketing, your festival marketing, or your event marketing. So number 1, start telling your story much, much better. You need to make your story really compelling. Capture the essence of your story in a really engaging way for the visitor. And the quirkier that you can make things, the better. Number 2, really focus hard on your online news area. It's probably something that you've neglected and haven't thought was very, very important, or you've just dismissed as being a blog that's all about personal insights. Well, it isn't. Start putting long content into that online news area that has a story behind it, but which also features your keywords that matter to you. Now, this is an asset that you own. You don't own your social media channel, but you do own this one. And my advice to you is really own it. Make it work hard for you, and you will see the benefits. Number 3, create an exciting and ideas-filled PR campaign that will attract your target audience and bring them to your door through traditional media, but also through digital media and the backlinks that can generate for your website, which are hugely valuable and should not be underestimated. Number 4, stop thinking of PR as something that just promotes your events. It should be something that is much more creative and working much harder for you. And at the same time, stop thinking about PR as just being free advertising. It is not. It should be a vehicle for telling your story and for making that story compelling enough that people want to come and visit you and spend their money with you. In fact, it adds so many dimensions to your attraction that visitors probably didn't realize, i.e., it gives them the reasons to visit. And number 5, add value to your visitor attraction by creating new forms of content that visitors can digest and consume both pre-visit and post-visit and also during visit. And make sure that within this content, you explain to them how to get the very most out of a visit whilst they are actually there with you enjoying their dwell time. So does this work? Absolutely. I can tell you that this office is absolutely crammed with awards. We have 67 awards in every nook and cranny that you can possibly imagine that I could find to shove an award. So that should tell you one thing, and that is that these strategies, which have underpinned all of those awards, really do work. And also that because awards tend to look at results that you've generated, that the results from these strategies really are tangible. So please think about the strategies. Please consider the strategies you're using at the moment and realize that they might not cut it. And above all, reject that just because we're here, they will come mentality. Work hard, put a bit of effort into this, and you can turn things around. But I do recognise that it might not be easy for you, and worry not, because if you do need help, we are not expensive in any way, shape, or form. And I am very happy to offer advice if you just want to ring me up or get in contact with me. So you can email jane@catapultpr.co.uk. You can use the form on our website to get in touch, or you can connect with me on LinkedIn, or just ring me up. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe to the channel because there'll be lots more tips and hints and advice in the coming months. And remember, above all, that even if things don't look great at the moment, you can turn this around. You just need to change your strategies in attracting visitors. And, let's make this the year in which we see a real upward trend in your visitor numbers rather than doom and gloom and static numbers that you might have been enjoying in recent years. If you need any help, even if it's just informal advice, just get in touch. Until the next time.